Slavitska lives in the basement of an apartment block in a converted laundry. With her husband and 2 children, this has been her home for 9 years.
For 15
years we have lived in Serbia, and all this time we have been dreaming of when we can move to a new home.
Slavitska had to leave Croatia, one of more than 2 million people made homeless by recent conflicts in the region. Now she is hoping for the chance to rebuild her life in Serbia, but this is a country coming to terms with a history of conflict and a difficult transition to a market economy. Slavitska's chance of a new home will be down to a new agency set up through the SIRP program here in Kragujevec.
We have promoted a social housing sector that will provide the most vulnerable people with housing that is affordable and accessible. For 15 years we have tried to live an ordinary life, but we have not been able to in this place.
And the UN agency has acted as a catalyst.
So I think for us it was the opportunity, and thanks to the government of Italy who provided the funds for this, it was really the opportunity to demonstrate that the messages and the concepts that which are developed by Habitat at global level are also very valuable for the Eastern Europe.
The Settlement and Integration of Refugees Programme, or SIRP, aims to achieve sustainable settlement and integration of refugees, and to do this it supports partner municipalities like Čačak. And Čačak has found the land to build over 70 new homes.
We have involved the refugee population in our work, and this is why we think the program will be successful.
The municipality of Staro Pazova is building apartments for vulnerable people, including those who are disabled.
For disabled people, big bathrooms and big doors.
At the city of Niš, an important part of the work was drawing up a local housing strategy.
The City Housing Agency is responsible for drawing up the housing strategy. Many stakeholders have participated in this work. By working closely with SIRP staff, we learned a lot about the experience of other countries.
Together with housing agencies, we also are developing alternative and innovative housing solutions for vulnerable population. By building capacities of housing agencies and they networking with similar institutions from Europe, mainly from Italy, we are rebuilding housing system in Serbia.
In Kraljevo, the housing agency worked closely with the Trento Housing Institute in Italy to develop a competition for social housing design. The winners were a group of Serbian architectural students. Location of social housing is important because the new agencies aim to create sustainable communities.
Nalazimo se u Pančevu, u naselju Strelište, na lokaciji S16, gde upravo u ovom delu...
This is where 76 flats for social housing, financed by UN Habitat, will be built. The site has infrastructure, and services such as banks, kindergarten, and post offices are nearby.
All the municipalities work closely with the Ministry of Capital Investments. And here the Minister visits Valjevo at the start of another new housing development.
Evo projekat UN Habitata je jedan
The project of UN Habitat is a very good project because it provides housing for people with a housing problem. And we all know that someone cannot be happy if they do not have a roof over their head.
In all, 670 new homes will be built through SIRP, which is funded by the Italian government. But the programme is about more than housing.
This program is not an easy program because we are not building houses, but we are building capacity.
SIRP is helping to strengthen 7 municipalities so they can set the standard for good practice. And in future, all vulnerable people in Serbia can be served well by government agencies.
We would like to thank UN Habitat for organizing many seminars where our employees have been shown how to work as effectively and efficiently as possible.
We were very well impressed because participants are very active. They come from different backgrounds, different profiles, different public services. So they're very active and they work actually together. It delivers a new kind of methodology in thinking about the development of local community.
We just divided participants into 4 groups and asked them to devise a vision of their village.
They are pleased. So when they are pleased, I'm too. Yeah.
Trainings of municipal technicians in contemporary software for building up the territorial information systems for the local community. About today, we've learned a lot of new things, how to operate, how to be efficient, a lot of new ideas and discussions about real-life problems that we have in local communities.
And helping communities means a new approach.
It's an attitude to new things and new topics and new approaches we are dealing with. Mainly, since we are in the field of local development, it's an attitude to new approach to planning of local development in integrated manner. It's also a matter of decentralization and giving more power to local authorities, but it's also a matter of being well informed and to have new knowledge for new development.
But the new knowledge and enthusiasm has a real purpose.
The real purpose, the real aim of the program is not just to give them a roof, but also try to make these programs socially integrated programs.
And one of the needs that we identified for these people who are refugees and other socially vulnerable groups, they need support to integrate.
Safety and security are preconditions for integration, and if we do not want to create some space for vulnerable groups to integrate, in that case we will create some space for development of illegal activities.
SIRP also finds ways of involving the citizens of the future. For World Habitat Day in October 2006, children all around Serbia were asked to imagine and then paint their future community.
We are expecting them to give us some ideas of what they think of our town at this moment and where they think this town will be hopefully in a few years from now, and how they will present this particular part to their new neighbors, to the new buildings that they're going to occupy in the next few months.
This was my first day about thinking of my place where I live. It was a nice experience for me.
Reflecting on what has been achieved so far, there are already many lessons for the future.
The roots of social housing are within this program, and basically there is no sustainable development without broader social housing systems.
It was my hope to demonstrate that habitat concepts are also valuable for this region, and I think, well, that's probably one of the achievements of the project, in addition to, of course, the direct delivery of the activities at local level.
I truly believe that the active involvement and the participation of all stakeholders and all our partners is really making the transition towards European integration, toward development happening.
We need to innovate each day. How can I say the same thing I said yesterday in a different way, in an attractive way?
Will make possible that these people will feel less and less refugees and more citizens.
This film has shown what the SIRP programme has achieved already, how it has put in place the foundations for a future in which Slivitska and her family can become real citizens. The programme continues to work towards a future where many more people can live as citizens, with a home that meets their needs and in a community where they find good neighbours and prosperity.